It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got Deonte Banks. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Lions in the Orbits, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Wide open receiver complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw is Williams. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Troy Anderson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
3rd down and 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Gardner. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. To throw, it's Williams. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
In today's football, there aren't a lot of goals for defenses. But when you hold a team under 100 total yards of offense, yeah, that has to be a goal that was met. Big check mark for them in last week's game.
So they bring out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So here are the Lions now backed up for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Slot man moves right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. And the stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one. So they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. On the ground, this is Grimes. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
Dancing to his left. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Vic now. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Brian Thomas, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Orbits offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. 3rd and 19. From the gun, here's Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Gardner. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Lions will take over. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw, Vick. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now here's Vick. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Touchdown! An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Point after here coming up. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Williams.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Now a 2nd and 6. To the air, Williams.
Forced out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a handoff running
through the middle. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On the move past the 40 and down to the 27-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close. That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Throwing, Vick. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So we're at halftime here in the annual.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here this second half.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
The Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Vick to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Vick now from the 50. He gets it to Thomas. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that's a nice one for the stat line, by the way. That last grab is 50th on the year. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
With the carry, it's Grimes. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Vic readies to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Slot man moves right.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. From 6 yards away.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Throwing is Williams.
Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college,
and this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Brian Thomas.
Career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list.
And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Now for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Troy Anderson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, Williams. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Channing Tindall getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Williams. And a quick throw here that's complete.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Detroit.
Brian Thomas
with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. He finds his man. Complete. It's Gardner. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
From the 38 now. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Channing Tindall.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And pressure coming, and they got it once again.
Channing Tindall
drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Grimes. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Grimes. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now Grimes.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Detroit, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11.